Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our midweek reflection. I'm so pleased that Pam has joined me this evening because these thoughts are something that is shared by both of us. One of the things that this lockdown is giving us is time. Time to read and time for each other. The Bible is always part of our daily reading, and we find that the Psalms are always extremely encouraging. And so we wanted to share a verse with you that has come to mean a great deal to us recently. It's Psalm 27, verse 14. Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. I'll repeat that. Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. It seems very relevant to the situation we find ourselves in at the moment. Waiting for lockdown to end, waiting for restrictions to ease, waiting for businesses to open again, waiting for things to return to normal. We are all waiting.
Waiting isn't easy. I find it incredibly difficult. And in our modern world, everything is so instant that we've got used to things happening quickly. Waiting can bring uncertainty and vagueness as well. And I'm somebody who doesn't cope well with uncertainty. I like things to be clear, definite. I like to have a plan and be able to stick to it. Perhaps this reveals an aspect of my personality. And I have to work hard at being flexible enough to cope with the uncertainty of these days. So often in our lives, if we have to wait, we can be tempted to give up or to take things into our own hands, to try to feel more in control of things. A number of weeks ago, an issue arose regarding Rory's friendship group that hurt me deeply. And as I brought the matter to God in prayer, I was drawn to this verse in Psalm 27. I felt very strongly that it was God himself saying to me, Pam, wait. Rory isn't raised yet. My work is not finished in him. Trust me to complete what I have started. Be strong and take heart. It seemed important that the word heart was in the verse because my heart was aching. And I believe God knew that and was comforting me. So often our hearts ache for our children or our grandchildren's pain, and we wish we could take their hurt or disappointments on ourselves rather than to have them bear it. Life isn't fair. There's an ebb and flow to life. And often it seems that God isn't answering or doesn't see the urgency of our situation. But this implies that God isn't in control, or that somehow perhaps he isn't a fair God. Coincidentally, I'm currently reading a little book by Andrew Murray called Waiting on God. And in it, he says, one of the chief needs in our waiting upon God is a quiet, confident persuasion that it is not in vain. Courage to believe that God will hear and help. We are waiting on a God who could never disappoint his people.
Yes, waiting for God is not easy. And I think sometimes we fear that in our waiting, somehow we aren't waiting with the right attitude or in the right way, or that our faith is too feeble, or perhaps that we just aren't earnest enough. Maybe that we aren't holy enough. But God knows us and loves us just as we are. He knows what we are made of. He knows that we're easily distracted. We get angry, confused, impatient, frustrated. But our waiting is not in vain. God can use those times of waiting to refresh us, to renew our faith and our hope, and to teach us about himself. Albert Einstein once said, "In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity." And as with everything in life, we now have the choice to see this time either as an inconvenience, a hassle, and a stressor, or a very unique opportunity. Undoubtedly, this time is creating significant stress and anxiety for many people. But I wonder if along with that, we can also in this time find new possibilities and new opportunities. More time to spend with our families without the pressure of work, or maybe the opportunity to experience what it's like to work from home. The opportunity for parents to spend time helping their children with schoolwork and finding out what they like or don't like, what they're good at, and what they find more challenging. Opportunities to play together with their children, to laugh with them, and also to more fully appreciate the work that our teachers do for them. To care for others. Doing shopping, providing soup, going to the pharmacy to collect a prescription. Family and friends add meaning to our lives, and perhaps we now have the opportunity to invest more time in them, to reconnect, to get to know each other better. To connect by Zoom, we now have a regular family quiz each week, and Pam chats with two of her best friends each week now, where before they may be caught up once or twice a year. It has opened up new possibilities for online meetings where perhaps people wouldn't have to travel so much, and there's the positive impact that it will have on our environment. There's also the opportunity to read, listen to music, clear our drawers and our cupboards that we've never had time to, garden, take time to pray, and to draw closer to God, just to be still. So let's make good use of this waiting time and ask God what he wants to teach us in these days. As people of faith, I would encourage you to wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. God bless.